Welcome to the latest tasting video for US retail release number 13. Jason here, Joshua over there, maybe he's over there. Gotta turn my back, keep an eye on you, sir. This is a 15-year-old Caol Ila from Islay. Full maturation in Refill Bourbon Hogshead. We, as long-time supporters of the nation, know are huge Caol Ila fans. Goes back a very long time.
Yep.
We've talked about it being reliable. We've talked about it being consistent. But most often we talk about it being delicious. And I'm curious, Joshua, is there anything about Caol Ila that we haven't said previously that is worth saying now?
Do you know, I can tell you from a personal standpoint, it actually took me a while to come around to Caol Ila.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, well, how should I say this? My first foray into Islay whiskeys was through the lens of Lagavulin.
Indeed.
And that had sort of an earthy richness, sweetness to it. It was very round. Sometimes when I talk about whiskeys, sometimes it isn't flavor forward. It's like a roundness or a depth to it. And when I first got into Caol Ila, I referred to it as a sharpness or an edgy quality to it.
Mm-hmm.
And
given our conversations around edgy and bright, I get what you're saying.
Right. And it took me a while to appreciate actually what was going on there. And what I found was my approach to it was simply all off. I needed to appreciate that the fact that a citrusy quality could go with a salty quality, that, a sweet potting soil, which I love, right? If you go into like a greenhouse and you smell that sweet potting soil, which I love that, right? Can go with like an almost like a white chocolate scent, like it simply didn't make sense to me. I think that's what I'm trying to get to. It didn't make sense to me. And just like with anything, the more you experience it, the more you're able to sort of compartmentalize and just really, put the pieces together, I should say. And once I did, I said, okay, now I've got this. Now I understand. And once I did, it was like, okay, I need to experience Caol Ila in refill bourbon, first fill bourbon, sherry cask. What type of sherry? What type of wine? What type, And what I love about Caol Ila is the spirit is so incredibly solid that it can work in almost anything. Like think about the one thing that we always say. You led this as, what have we not said? What have we always said? You can't bottle a bad Caol Ila. You simply can't do it. It's almost impossible to bottle a bad Caol Ila because it just works so well in nearly any kind of a cask. It's so glorious.
Yeah, the part for me is that Caol Ila is so quintessentially of its place. And when you have the ferry going into Port Ascaig, and Caol Ila is just there. It's the suggestion of a corner around from the ferry terminal, but you get the sea spray, you get the coastal rocks, you get the gorse growing on the hillside. And when you drive over just from the Port Ascaig ferry terminal, up, around, down, you're back at Caol Ila, the distillery.
Yeah.
You've experienced all of that in your 30-second drive. And so when I'm sitting here in Virginia recording this tasting video with you in Connecticut, I have Islay in my mouth. I'm tasting place right now. And to your point about casks, this is Refill Bourbon Hogshead.
Yeah.
This is as much hands off as you can get from a cask. And this is 15 years of the spirit becoming itself and
Yeah.
just representing place by itself. The wood here is the subtlest suggestion to keep the whiskey off the floor. That's it. The rest is spirit, the rest is distillation, the rest is fermentation, the
Yeah.
rest is place. This is cracking.
It's so yeah. Yeah. Can I do something we normally don't do? I brought up what is our official tasting notes, and I just want to read what we put down for the nose because as I'm nosing this, I'm
Mhm,
remembering what we wrote, and I just think it's spot on.
mhm,
So it says on the nose, so very, very coastal and bright, with seaweed, exposed rocks at low tide, kippers, lobster pots, and beach bonfire. But there's also smoked banana peels, banana chips, and sugar
mm,
cookies.
mhm.
Right? It back to what I was saying before. These are all things that, to my mind, early on, didn't make sense that they should go together. But as I'm nosing this, I want to nose this all day long. Like this is just
Yeah,
glorious.
yeah, yeah. And I just wanted to bring up the bottle image here to show,
Mhm,
right? There's not lot of cask influence on the color of that. We talk about this being white gold. It could be
mhm,
straw. It could be reflective gold,
mhm,
right?
mhm.
It's bright, and I think the color bright, clean, crisp
Yep. Yep.
represents the nose that's on this, right? It's those kippers, right? I get kippers on the palate as
Yeah.
well, like smoked haddock, right? It's got the coast and that lobster pots reference on the nose, like, you know, I haven't had lobster in 30 years, so I'm not the resident expert here, but it has that like white flesh quality to it.
Mm.
Oh gosh.
Oh, but the palate, it takes a left turn. With the palate, now we're getting like espresso beans and grilled lemon. I think there was another whiskey in our release 13. Maybe it was our Aberfeldy, where we get this sort of like roasted, not
Mm,
roasted, but like grilled lemon,
yeah,
getting
yeah,
some
yeah,
of
yeah.
that coming through. Some papaya like green papaya, right? If you've ever had like a green papaya salad, that coming through.
But think about this for a second, right? We talk
Freshness.
about
Yeah.
Beaumont being the tropical fruit Isla distillery. We've
Mhm.
just talked about bananas, banana chips, smoked banana peels on the nose, and we're talking about papaya on the palate,
Yeah, right.
right? Like,
Yeah.
is this both a quintessential Caol Ila and an outstanding, unexpected Caol Ila in the same dram?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's doing a number of things, and how interesting is that, there's this thing that people hear at any tasting, or maybe they've gone to a large format whiskey show, and people say, "Well, a cask gives you 70% of the flavors in a whiskey."
yeah.
Right? And here we are talking about the nose giving you lobster pots and kippers and
Mm,
sugar cookies, and the palate giving you papaya and lemons and, smoked banana peels. Like, spirit is delivering so much flavor. Like, the cask can do a lot of heavy lifting. It's not doing a lot here. This is spirit driven flavor. It's gorgeous, man.
yeah, I'm just looking here, finishes lasting sea salt, coal dust, key limes, lingering pipe tobacco. But the
Mm.
part that had me chuckling is our truncated tasting note above the flavometer,
What's this say
the
here?
essence of Caol Ila.
Mm. Yeah,
When you and
fair
I
enough.
taste the cask and we go, oh, that's it. That's the distillery. That's everything you want from the distillery right there. Like
Mhm.
rich is a 6, earthy's a 6, oaky's a 4, smoky is an 8. Right, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
That's that's the bee's knees.
Mhm.
That's so quaffable. So
Yeah.
unbelievably quaffable. Oh, we hit it at the same time,
It
even
is the
without
same
communicating.
time.
There you go. Caol Ila 15-year-old Refill Bourbon Hogshead, 269 bottles, 57 on the nose is its
On the nose,
natural cask
man.
strength, and then $150 for 10 years of maturation. So a nicer, older, essential Caol Ila absolutely holds up. If you're looking for it, you'll find it in retail. Singlecastnation.com for our online releases will not have this. This will have to be from a retailer, whether that's an online retailer or a bricks and mortar retailer. But you can reach out to our friends, our importers, ImpEx Beverages, office at impexbev.com. Ask them questions. Where can I find retail release 13? How do I get my hands on this? They will absolutely help you out. They're terrific people. Just remember, retail scene. And then finally, subscribe, right? If you subscribe, you get to know about other tasting videos, you get to know about other One Nation Under Whiskey episodes, you get to know about us talking about Single Cask Nation news when we're talking about what's coming up in the nation as well, whether that's online here in the US, whether that's the global markets that Jess looks after, whether that's here like US retail release number 13. So subscribing really does help you out if you want to be up to date on all things Single Cask Nation. I just suddenly thought that Caol Ila is really amazing.
It is just gorgeous. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.